Now, Sidney Andre's book is called A Great Work, and he's also set up his foundation, A Great Work Foundation, and he's on the line with us here just now. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic as well. So we'll talk about the foundation in just a second, but let's talk about the book first, A Great Work. What is the main idea of the book?
The book is basically a story of a student,
Mm.
an African boy that comes from Africa to get a higher education in America. But during his journey, he faced so many obstacles that made him almost to give up from his dreams.
Mm.
He through his faith he found comfort and he was able to overcome all the obstacles and he was able to graduate. So basically, this is a story for everybody that is on a journey of chasing a dream. Somebody that is maybe your circumstances are not in your
Yeah.
favor, right? In your journey. So this story will inspire you to basically keep the faith and believe that all things are possible when we have the drive.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it partly inspired by your own life? Because, of course, you were born in Angola and then moved to the United States to pursue a bachelor's degree.
Yeah, so basically, I was inspired. Like my life, I was born a Christian,
Mm.
and I've always learned to have faith in all we do. And this story, it comes just to remind all of us. So my parents, I come from a poor family in Angola, and I really never thought about coming to America.
Mm.
And so in high school, I was forced to go to a engineering school, which was something that I didn't want to do at all. But my parents and my older brother, they advised me to go because I didn't know like what the future, had for me. So I, decided to go because, my parents and my brother told me to do so. But I was very like, I was not happy about that. So
Mm.
once I finished high school, there was an opportunity to come to America, which I wasn't expecting. So when before coming to America, my parents and my brother agreed that they were going to pay for my education, which was kind of like very good.
Mm.
And I was happy about. So when I came to America, I was studying, I was learning English. When I came, I didn't know how to speak English. So after a year, studying in America, my country was plagued by a financial crisis. So I had to make a decision, and this decision was to go back because my parents couldn't afford my tuition anymore.
Yeah.
So because I had already learned English, I was already, ready to continue. I was so excited about, this new opportunity that was ahead of me. So I didn't want to go back. So I am a Christian, like I said,
Mm.
and my faith is very important to me. So I knew that, my circumstances were not a normal one. I knew that my parents didn't have a lot, and I knew that my brother also didn't have a lot. I knew that God had a plan for me even before I came to America. So before giving up of everything, before giving up on everything, so I prayed about all the situation, and I brought a letter, and I shared this letter with a friend who had some connections in Florida, Orlando, Florida,
Yeah.
and she then shared my letter with her network, and somebody within her network read my story, and this person was touched by my story, and he decided to help me to continue with my education. The
Yeah.
crazy thing about it is that he once was a missionary in Africa, and he was in Mozambique, and but he always wanted to go to Angola, but because of the war that was happening back in the 90s, so he wasn't able to go to Angola. But he had this desire in his heart to go to Angola and help Angola in some way. So he was praying actually to help, Angola in some way. So when he read my story, he immediately knew that he should help me because I was the person he was praying about, to help. So from there, he started helping me from my freshman year and through my last year. But my story doesn't, end there. It continues, but that's basically how, I was able to get through education in America.
Yeah. Now, you've also set up a foundation, a Great Work Foundation. What do you do in the foundation?
So, because of everything that has happened to me in my life, I decided to continue this amazing work that somebody has, started, in my life.
Yeah.
It just took one person to read my story and believe in me. So I decided to share my story with the world and also help other kids. So Angola is a country with a lot of talents, and not every kid has the same opportunity that I had. So this foundation comes essentially to empower and help those college students to make them believe that they can also achieve greater things. So a Great Work Foundation will help these students by providing academic support, like scholarship, school materials, and mentorship as well. And we are planning to really help students in Angola in the first phase, and we also pretend to continue to help more students, across Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. So, in terms of the book, how long did it take you to come up with it?
I actually was never really sure about writing this book. It was a friend from college who, when I shared my story with him, he convinced me that my story is powerful. Like the part that I shared with you is the very first part, but there is so much more that people will find out when they actually go and read the book. But a friend of mine, in the very last week of undergrad, told me that suggested that I really shared my story with the world because it's powerful and many people could relate and could help also a lot of people. And he also said, if you ever, open a foundation, if you ever create an organization that helps students, I would gladly donate. So that's how I kind of thought, oh, maybe I should create this foundation really that I've been thinking about, because this would actually help a lot of kids. And he really was like that, that strength that I needed, that brother, that shoulder that I needed to get started. And I started writing the book like last year in August. Yeah, and I was able to finish in February of this year.
And would you say that the book and the foundation are linked in some way? Because, I mean, they've got the same name, and I suppose they both help people, don't they?
Yeah, so the foundation, the book gives life to the foundation, as you can tell. So the book is called A Great Work, and the foundation is called A Great Work Foundation. So the foundation only exists because of the book. The book is me telling the world, this is my story. This is how I was able to navigate through life. I'm sharing with you to let you know that all things are possible. And the foundation is me telling the world that I really want to continue this work that was started in my life. I want also to help other kids to have access to the same opportunities I had.
Yeah, absolutely. And would you consider doing more books after this one?
I'm thinking about it right now. I have one more book that I would like to write. It's a little bit different, but it's still a little bit too early. And I'm definitely thinking about writing another one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, where can we find the current book and also the foundation if we'd like to read it and discover more?
Yeah, so the book is available to pre-order actually right now. It comes out on April 26th. So you can find the book at www.agreatworkfoundation.com. It's available right now on the website for pre-order. Later on the 26th of April, you will be able to get this book from Amazon, Barnes and Noble as well.
Great. Well, many thanks for coming on today. It's been lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you very much for having me. And I invite everybody to go get the book and help kids. And I forgot to mention that 100% of all the profit that we get from the book goes to help students in Angola.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yes.